Love Vancouver, man.
Yeah. They won't let me in there.
Oh, a little.
Yeah.
I took my 10-year break too.
Yeah. Is it 7 or 10?
10's what I braked for. I think it's either at 5 or 7 you can appeal.
Yeah, 7
and you can go
appeal.
through a process and get like a waiver. And at 10, they quote unquote they have to let you in. And at 7 years or 5 or whatever it was, I looked into the waiver process, and the amount of paperwork associated with it, I was like, I don't need to go to Canada that bad.
It would take you 3 years to do it.
I'll go later.
Oh yeah.
I'll go later. And now I go every couple of months, and it's great.
That's fine.
Though I do get detained every time coming back into the U.S. now. Goddamn
Really?
CBD capsules. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah. I was coming back from BC and finishing this Jordan Peterson note. Coming back from BC because I do some work up in Canada, and I was driving my wife's car, and it was like Lyft & Co conference or something like that, and I was coming back, so they were just kind of pulling in every American, and I'm a very honest individual.
Yeah.
I don't bullshit, I don't
Nope.
lie, and I don't do it to cops, and I don't do it to Border Patrol. So I'm always like, yeah, I'm in the cannabis industry. When they ask, well, what are you doing? I give them the whole spiel. And so they're like, all right, go in. Just twiddling my thumbs. I got nothing to worry about. And a very nice Border Patrol woman comes back and slaps down a bag of pure CBD capsules that we made back in medical. And it's in a Solstice bag for like Solstice Reserve, a brand we never launched. And so like, I don't like to throw things away. So I reuse the bags. Not even reuse. I used them because so many of them did not get used. And she's like, this says cannabis on it. I was like, it does. She's like, it says 3.5 grams. I was like, it also says 3.5 grams of flower.
Right.
Those don't look like flowers to me. Those are CBD capsules. And she's like, well, if I test it, will it come up positive for THC? And I was like, probably. Like, I was like, how accurate is your test? Like, you run a gas chromatograph back there, HPLC or something. What are you doing? Where do you get your columns from? She's like, no, it's a little water bag test. I'm like, oh, I'm fucked. Cool, I'm totally fucked. It's the same thing you've all seen on cops where they shake it up, it turns blue, and I'm like, fuck. And this is a month after we passed the farm bill for CBD. I was like, that shit is legal as a beagle. And she's like, all right, well, we got problems, Mr. Cooley. I'm gonna need to go do some paper. You go sit back down. I'm like, fuck. And I've been spending my entire career fearful of going to prison, at peeking through the blinds and stuff. And it was at that moment I was like, I'm going to prison. And so she's like, all right, these two gentlemen are going to search you. I was like, oh my God, I'm actually going to get fucking strip searched. Shit. I'll make a good story for the podcast one day, though.
Right.
And so they pull me in, they search me, not strip search, like make me turn my shoes inside out and shit like that. And then she pulls me back out, and she's like, "Okay, so this is what the deal is, and you basically you did not disclose to a Border Patrol agent, and you have, and this is after they made me disclose everything before they dropped it on the table, and you are not that you are now lying to it, blah blah blah." I'm like, okay, so like, will I get to go home? And she's like, oh yeah, you're a U.S. citizen. It'll be $500, and you can just go.
Hey, give me my money.
Yeah, dude. I was like,
Run
what?
me my money.
What the fuck? She told me to hold her pocket damn near. Yeah, dude. And so $500 on my way. But now, every time I get detained, every time, and this time,
yeah, you red flag.
oh, she's like,
flag.
you're fully on a list. You're gonna get pulled every time. Plan on it.
Yeah.
And this time, I just went up to go fishing. I got pulled on the way in for having a new car, and on the way back because of that shit. But the woman at the counter was the same woman who popped me, and so I was like, what can we do about this? Come on. We legalized it a month before this happened. Here's the farm bill. I had it up on my phone ready. I was like, here's the farm bill. She's like, I know, but we have not been instructed to say it's okay yet. And I was like,
but it is.
but it's legal. She's like, I understand, but you're going to get pulled in. She's like, I told you this. And I was like, can I appeal it somehow? Like, I've been.
So are they
$500.
confiscating your stuff, or
No, they just pull me and they search me every time.
Just fine you? Are they fining you every time now?
No, I don't bring any herb anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, some things I learned once.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. That's
Several things take more.
$500.
Yeah. Well, what's number 2? I'm just thinking I'm going to prison.
Yeah,
Each time I go to prison. So no.
Have you ever gone to jail?
For one night.
Okay.
Yep.
I did it one night, and then I did 20 days for not guilty.
20 days for not guilty.
Guilty.
I was found not guilty on a DUI, and then I went back from my first one that I took to trial. They didn't let me take a breathalyzer. It just fucked me up.
Oh, so you got refusal then?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what he hit me with.
Yep.
Yeah. But
Yep.
And I got found not guilty on this other one, and went back to the first one. And she was like, "Oh, well, you're not allowed to refuse a breathalyzer." I was like, he told me, because the guy told me, no matter what you blow, I'm gonna give you a DUI. I was like, so you're telling me if I blow 0.0, you're gonna give me a DUI? He's like, yeah. I was like, all right, well, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Make sense. That doesn't make sense then. So I was like, it's like a part of that.
You want to talk about a racket, man? Talk about getting that money, dude. From the moment
you're booked out 4 months. Okay, business is good.
Yeah, 100%.
Business is good.
100%.
Business is good.
If you, so the first time we can see you is in 4 months to look at your kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh, business is good, huh? Yeah. Just getting that money. Just getting that
Hand
money.
over fist.
From the second
global
the cops
warming,
use
you
you.
Global warming.
Yeah, I
about
do.
The polar bears?
I do believe in climate change. Yes, because I've witnessed it. So this is one of the things.
I think the climate changes.
I do too, and so these are things that I have witnessed firsthand. So one, I have seen the impact of the climate changing. I have seen
it's changing for
glaciers
sure.
Hundreds of feet lower, all those sorts of things. I also am smart enough to understand that we've gone through lots of highs and lows. Like you go to ancient lakes over on the Columbia, it's like something was up here and it's not here anymore.
Well, in 1977, I remember saying I had to go fact check and make sure it was sure before I started believing it. But it was like in 1977, the Time magazine came out with global cooling. Now in 2017 is global warming, and it's literally it's a meme, and I learn everything through memes.
Memes are quick bits of information.
Like
get it where you can.
People laugh at you for getting your research
as long as you
on
go
YouTube,
research it. No,
as long as you get it from a government book.
As long as you go,
that was made in 1970.
Give yourself multiple streams of information on one subject and determine your own opinion. I don't give a fuck where you get from.
I think me and you, and even Whiskey Papi over here, man. Like I think we have a similar mindset. That it's like, like I believe in what I believe, and just because you disagree with me, it's not going to affect what I believe, and it's not going to affect my.
Maybe
day.
we can help each other see things from different ways and learn more things.
And I love hearing shit. And I love testing myself and testing my knowledge, right? And challenging my knowledge. Like, I think if you're not questioning things,
there is not a single thing that I believe right now that I'm unwilling to.
I think you said it best. If you weren't there, I don't know.
I don't know. So to the climate change, I've seen it. And it concerns me. Yeah. And then
so I think
I have felt the effects of, of CO2 and of carbon-based energy. Like I have felt that. I've been in a room with 25,000 parts per million of CO2. It's not enjoyable. It's not enjoyable at all. Like I've been working in my backyard this weekend and on a little diesel excavator. That's not enjoyable to be in that confined space with.
I got an 86 Monte Carlo. I got to start up in the garage and let run for a second.
Yeah.
I got the windows up, but it's seeping in.
100%, dude. And I'm not a person who I just bought a diesel truck. Like I'm not one to say no. Yeah. What I am one to say is I know this shit's bad,
right?
And I know there's better ways to go about it. Yeah. And I have physically seen the impacts, even take the climate out of it, but the financial impacts associated to utilizing carbon-based energy. And so, like, I'm pro a carbon tax because there is an impact that we all experience as a result of it.
I'm anti every tax.
I'm pro taxes. I'm pro tax. I'm pro fair share of taxes.
Fair share. I do agree there should be a fair share.
Fair share of taxes
to go into local government, but the federal government, I would like to see a lot more placed on local state government.
And I would agree with that only in the sense that they just are really bad with the money. But if we were good with the money, I would be.
Are we good with money though?
No,
Right.
no, we're not.
So
but
I've
gone and put my say in. I have done that,
absolutely.
and I've seen my money at work.
I genuinely say like kudos to you, man. Like
Yeah.
honestly, like you know, it takes a lot for. It's one thing to sit here and fucking talk about it on a podcast, like I'm doing. It's another thing to actually go to DC and be a part of the change, man. I think you said it right. You know, like you're not gonna change the system unless you
have to show
you
the
play.
fuck up.
You have to play the game, and you have to beat the game to change the game.
Yeah, 100%.
And you know, for that, man, I honestly kudos
Thank
to
you,
man.
thank you.
And
I love it. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I get off on the power too. Like they're.
Yeah.
You get a little dose of that shit.
Oh,
you
yeah.
keep showing
bro,
up.
It's addictive, man.
It's super
It's
addictive.
addictive.
It's
It's
super
addictive.
addictive. And
Yeah,
that's one of those things that I run through my head regularly because I do have political aspirations of like, why do you really want to do this, man? Is it just that shot of power? Is
Hey,
that what you
man.
really love?
When I moved down to San Diego last March, I started getting into like MMA training. So I don't have a lot to do down there. I'm just a dad.
Yeah, so you might as well choke some
got-
motherfuckers
Got
out.
some free time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to let these hands and these knees go. These
Yeah.
8 limbs I got.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I'm always a chill stoner type guy where I'm getting along with people, and you know, it takes a lot to get me upset. But now walking around knowing that I could just piece you up real quick, like, and you have no idea, like.
See, I don't like. So, are you
it-
more ready to put hands on someone because
less.
You are?
less.
See, because
I
think
know I'll fuck you up.
I-
like before, it was just like, man, it was just.
I would like to know so I could fuck this
I want
motherfucker
to
up
know
for
'cause
sure.
I'm just competitive. Cause
Yeah.
I was an athlete, and you know, beyond that, just you know, my dad was my papu in Greece fought in the war from 12 to 18. So I just come from that. Even though I didn't do it, like these stories, like I've always challenged myself physically and mentally, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, like once I got into it, like I knew how to do it, and like I started understanding these fighting's fun until you go against a pro.
Oh, I can
Yeah.
imagine.
You know,
yeah.
sparring's
Oh,
fun
yeah.
when you're fucking people up. So
Yeah.
you start getting hit in the face and you can't do shit about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just can't. You're just
Yeah,
taking it. You're just playing defense, like
Mhm.
just surviving the round. You know,
See,
it's
like,
like
it hurts just thinking about it. My neck is what always makes me go, no.
yeah, no, and it's like I knew real quick. It's like, all right, I don't want to be doing this. I don't need to get hit. I want to know how to do it. And I'll go in and spar. You know, but with the pros and stuff, I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, but
knowing
but,
how to use your body is
But
is
my
key.
point was like having that power though, right? Like walking around just knowing I have that power. Like I'll like you're smart with your lips.
Yeah.
And that's why I've like been in so few fights in my life because I can diffuse anything. I can make you feel shitty. Like you're gonna be thinking about what the fuck I'm saying. to
Yeah.
you
I'll
before
break
wanna
you
hit
in
'em.
another way.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's always more powerful. But
Yeah.
just having that power is like. You know, you start to get it, and then it's like, and then it becomes addicting.
Get that dose,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, and it's like
Yeah.
for me, it's like, you know, after retiring football in 2016 and then having kids and kind of, you know, getting into the work stuff and having that different life where it wasn't physical and you know, challenging that way, you know, getting back into it.
It's gotta feel great, right?
It was addicting again, and I was like, all right, like it's that power, and like you're saying, then you start getting people like ordinary people. And I always say it's like the Kevin Hart thing, like when you get famous, right, and you get this power, and you can just do everything that you never thought you could do, you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
It might be good or bad.
Yeah.
It might be rewarding or not rewarding, but
Well, the
you're gonna test it
context
out.
of good or bad, I think, is
go.
lost in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
especially in DC. There's so many people are doing it for so many of the wrong reasons, and it's not like, well, what's the good thing? Well, it's not as simple as that, Alex. They say, and it's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You're a fucking servant. Like you're here to serve the fucking public, dude.
Yep.
Like always in these debates, everything reduces to two things: campaign finance reform and birth license. You name a problem, have a regimented process for people to have children, and get money out of politics. Every problem's fixed.
Yeah. Can you imagine if politicians had to go to Congress with like NASCAR sponsors, like all the sponsors?
They should.
That's
Think
a
about
great
how
idea.
dope they'll be. Just wearing their sponsors.
Yeah.
You know what
Should be fucking
what's
required.
your
Who's got the
price
big
line?
patch?
Yeah.
Who's got
Yeah.
that big patch on
Yeah.
you?
Yep,
Like it's nonsense, dude. I was just on a
pharmaceuticals. How do you feel about pharmaceuticals, man?
I'm pro drugs. However,
I'm pro drugs for sure.
I mean, again, money out of politics.
Yeah.
Like I think pharmaceuticals are great in a lot of ways.
They can be. There's shit that helps.
I'm on a daily pharmaceutical right now, and I do not like taking a pill from just a a strength of body perspective of like, I don't want to survive on anything every day. If this all falls apart tomorrow and the ships go down out there in the Sound, I want to be ready to survive and thrive and continue to thrive. So I don't like being on any crutch. However, I didn't die because of 3 pulmonary embolisms that randomly happened 9 months ago because of this one little weird pill that I don't even notice I take. Like, I think they might be bullshitting me. That's a conspiracy theory we should dig into, is my faked pulmonary embolisms. Might be real. But they do really horrible things. Like, they're just our, and I don't know how to circle this square, because in a lot of ways, you know, profit for science is a dangerous thing, and health for profit is a dangerous thing. Obviously, we need to take care of people with healthcare and things like that. However, would we have the Xarelto that I'm taking every day to not get a random blood clot for the next three more months without the profit incentive? Because I'm a capitalist too.
Oh yeah,
there's no doubt about that.
Free market.
Yeah, and so it's they shouldn't have their money in the.
You got a kid coming. How do you feel about vaccines?
I haven't done a lot of research on it. However, it's not necessarily the vaccine is what concerns me. It's everything else in the shot is what concerns me. So like mercury and things of that nature. That's what concerns me. Because a vaccine in the truest scientific representation is a biological. So it's in theory less harm capabilities. Having worked with kids with autism or on the autism spectrum for about 6 years, I did that. And 2 of them being with a physician mother, I do not believe that it causes autism or it causes those types of things. Potentially the mercury or other teratogens associated to it could have pushed kids into it who are already susceptible. Especially the more and more we're learning like about the gut and the biome that can lead to these types of disorders. You know, I don't want my kid to have polio, and it seems to be working with the vaccines. And especially whether what you believe or not, I was not there recently with all these outbreaks, quote unquote.
The rashes.
Yeah. But what
my mom was like, I had that. She's like, I don't know anybody who died from that. I'm like, I don't. Apparently, it's an epidemic.
I don't think I think there's more risks without doing it than with doing it.
I think if they work, then I'm good to not do mine.
No, well, the herd will have you.
Seriously, I mean,
the herd will have you.
Yeah, you know, if I'm willing to, so what my belief is, I just want the choice.
Yeah.
So when they start mandating, I'm like, okay, now I got to think about this.
No,
the government's mandating me to put chemicals that have not been tested long term. There's no long term studies.
Yeah.
And the ones
that's the whole the basis of it is that this is a new thing we found to fix this problem.
Right. And the ones that have like, you know, you can't ever claim that it does, but the ones that have just show a correlation with autism. Not saying that that's true, right? But just then it's like, oh well, those are dismissed, you know. So there's my things. I don't know if it does or not. I just don't trust the government to just shoot anything in a for-profit business. And like you start getting into vaccines, so these are for-profit businesses.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like it's just like for-profit fast food. I mean, I think our vaccines, you know, over the course of human history's successful.
I think they've worked
and
pretty
necessary.
good.
Yes, absolutely. But now, do I want, you know, going from like what is like, you know, our parents were shot maybe 7 times. You know, now kids are being shot like up to like.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane.
And so like my thing is, right, I'll never tell you I'm anti-vax. I'll never tell you I'm pro-vax. I'm telling you I'm a research to what I feel comfortable with.
Yes. At this point in time where my research has led me, and my wife grew up Christian Scientist, so she didn't get a lot of her vaccinations. She got the main ones. Do the main ones. Do the really scary ones. No. But and hitting a kid over and over and over and over again with them in such a short period of time.
Well, it's
my body would respond very poorly to that.
The other part that a lot of these like anti-vax people, one of the points they make is like, if you were to go to these doctors and tell them to shoot that the ratio, right, like per body weight, right, what you're shooting into these babies,
it's insane,
per body weight, would you shoot this into you now at your body weight? that
Scale it up.
That ratio, the time, like if you want to, my thing to people who do vaccinated, my thing is, first of all, do the research.
Yeah.
You don't need the MMRP one. It's like
Measles, mumps, rubella.
It's like who's out there having sex or shooting needles in them? Why do you need it?
Well,
Under
the hep,
HIV.
the hep C ones. Yeah. Measles, mumps, rubella is a good one. That's one that lands on my positive.
Yeah,
they're doing hep C vaccinations now.
It's like what under 7-year-olds having sex or shooting needles in them? It's like, well, we live in Seattle, so like they're on the street. It's like, what?
Or like we should just get it into them now, then they don't have to worry about it.
Would you like? It's basically would you like fries with that?
Vaccines don't. The longest a vaccine lasts is 7 years.
Yeah. So why are we doing this?
So whatever you were vaccinated with when you were a kid, you're not.
Yeah.
Immune to it now. It's like for my thing is just like don't like I said, I don't prescribe to any like type of party. I'm a common sensor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for me, it's just what makes sense to me, and if it doesn't make sense to other people, I'm not gonna be offended. Let's talk it out. Let's work it out. I hope I learned something, right?
Well, and it's having good people to talk to. Like with this, like I have a phenomenal physician that I worked for years to find. Years and years and years and years to find her.
That's big time too, because a lot of people just taking them check. I'm $200,000 in debt from 7 years of medical school. I can push these vaccines. I can push these.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can push these and get some bonuses and like, when you start, it's like you can't get a job till you go to college, but then you can't have a job until you go to. I don't know. I was like a meme.
Can't get a real job to you go to postgraduate school.
You're not gonna get a real job to go to college, but then you can't go to college unless you have a job.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now for sure.
Right.
That shit's.
You know what I mean? So
crazy,
now you're literally just entering the game.
Just
X amount of debt,
and in their pocket.
Yeah,
in their pocket. I've always said don't underestimate a person's willingness to keep their job.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Just throwing gems out here, bro.
That's
one of my favorites because you look at a lot of the bad things, man.
Yeah.
A lot of the bad things. Someone just trying to keep their job, man. Trying to pay their student loan debt. Trying to pay their mortgage, man.
Yep.
I think you touched on it. It almost goes back to that sense of power, right? Like when you're financially stable, you have a sense of like it's cool to want to do a lot of things or live a certain way or be a certain way, but if you can't support it,
no one is absent from that feeling.
Right. No, I agree.
Yeah. Like and it's a strong
I just think it's your ability to acknowledge it and look at it and then just
analyze.
I think for people if you can't look in the mirror and look into yourself and find your soul and what makes you tick and you don't know yourself,
try harder.
You're taking the long route.
Yeah. 100%.
You're taking the long route.
Yeah. I just tell people you just gotta try harder, man.
Yeah.
Because it's way better.
Yeah.
It's way better.
The old sports analogy, man. The one thing you can always control is your effort.
Very true.
I like that.
Very true.
I always tell people as long as you got.
I'm taking that one. That's a good one.
As long as you go
I'm
out
chalking
there,
that one up too.
Yeah.
I'm chalking that
it's the
one.
one thing you can always control.
You can always control your effort.
I tell people all the time, man. I will beat up Mike Tyson. I will beat Michael Jordan 1-on-1 until I don't. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going into that. I'm not going into fighting Mike Tyson knowing I'm gonna get knocked out. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna think I'm gonna knock. Well,
why would you fight him if you thought otherwise?
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like. If I'm painted in that corner and my only way out is through Mike Tyson, I'm thinking I'm gonna knock him out. For sure, but
there's always a choice. Like I think that's a real, and that goes back to you always control your effort too. Yeah. You always control your belief that you have options, and that this is obviously coming from a white man in America saying it. But like,
you follow game theory at all?
Yeah.
Not follow.
For sure.
That course, I think I took my senior year, is my last semester. Like, I got like a C, maybe a C plus or something. You know, but it was the most challenging course I ever had because it made me think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and at that point I was checked out. You know, last semester,
of course,
senior year, like, you know, but I'll never forget that class. It's like it taught me how to process and basically file my emotions and my thoughts and my choices.
Yeah.
You know, because I was like, okay, like look, this is the hard way that'll give me less chance of success but greater reward. This way.
It's guaranteed, but it ain't great.
Right?
Yeah.
So it taught me how to process that.
There's always a choice.
And there's always a next set of choices.
Yes.
And it's like the one thing I always find fascinating is like I was watching. I don't know what I was watching, but it was kind of a documentary. I'm big into psychology, and it was like kind of like the miracle of the human psyche to move on. right?
Like, yeah. It's so it's so key, and our ability to forget is so key.
You know, and a lot of that, you know, I think it's to our own detriment too, right?
Yeah.
Double-edged sword.
Of course.
It's like the ability to move on. Like people can go through some crazy stuff and be success stories, right? And and it's like you see a lot of successful people, and it's like, you know, it's like another meme. It's like that iceberg, right? Where it's like the top, they only see this amount of success, but then underneath it, it's like,
everything else.
Where did you bloody your feet to get here?
I always like those stories. I was
you know, everybody wants a comeback story, you know.
Well, because it helps us believe we all have it in us,
right?
And the truth is, we all 100% do.
Hope is one of the most powerful things on earth. If you have hope, you know, you have a fighting chance. You know? But yeah, man. So take us out, man. What's kind of new up and coming on the horizon for Solstice, man? Get back to some business.
Gotta hype the game, right? So we just brought on a farm. So a big farm, greenhouse, and a couple fields on it. So we just aggressively expanded our footprint. I've been working on that a whole bunch. It's a lot of fun. Honestly, I love the development and the building of things. So I'm out in Ephrata. Every week for a couple of days, putting some fences up, putting some dots on the ground, getting the greenhouse rolling. So that's really awesome. I've been working my entire career that I've known about greenhouse cannabis. I've been working towards greenhouse cannabis, and we finally have our own greenhouse, and it's a beautiful greenhouse.
There's nothing like that.
It's
sun,
the
man.
best, man.
You cannot duplicate
with the environmental control. It makes the best cannabis in the world, and so we're in an Agritech greenhouse. Big shout out to Agritech. Really, really, really excited about that. And then I've been putting more thought into our product and our product strategy, which I always hate the word product. It's so widget. We've been thinking about our cannabis a lot more, and you know, really, how are we building our varietal offering and the product offering, or the individual areas? That's been a big thing lately, which I'm really excited about. So lots of fun development stuff, which ultimately will result in better flowers and better cannabis for the people.
Absolutely. I can't wait for that to come out.
You
got some amazing strains too, and to be in that environment too.
Dude, we're working on some new heat, new heat. Yeah, orange cake, weird stuff.
You guys doing some breeding and stuff?
Yeah, we've kind of paused on breeding for a little while, but we have.
That's like it's kind of a whole other world.
It really is, and you know, complete transparency, we've done it in a non-scientific, bastardized way, but created Sherman, and Sherman's won 6 first place cups now. So I don't think anybody other than good old Exotic Mike is breeding their own gear and winning cups with it. So
Mike's a fool.
100%. I love Mike. Shout out to Mike, man.
Chad and John, man. Shout out to you guys.
Solid crew of people.
They're trying to get me to go down there to Buckley, I think it is.
Oh, yep.
You know Chad.
I don't know Chad. Chad's his number 2, right?
Chad did the build out.
I met him briefly years ago.
Funny dude. I remember the first time they came to my farm, I was in sandals, and he just looked at me. He was in sandals. It was just, you look at people in sandals and like, you're one of us.
All right, you're
one of us.
It'll work.
All right, I like you already.
He was like, all right. Right when he walked in, he looked down. He's like, all right, I don't like this. But no, man, I'm thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having me very much. Great conversation.
It's
always fun to come out here and just ride the wave. And, I think people just take things a little too seriously, you know, especially in today's world.
I agree, man.
Spend less time being offended and spend a little bit more time. I always tell people, man, go out and talk to your neighbors. Go out and talk to people. You'll realize that it's not that bad out here.
I think that's really a testament to who someone is as how many neighbors do you even have their phone number, let alone a key to their house or a key to their spot. Like that is like, be a part of your community and talk to people. It's pretty profound to do it.
No, I think I'm big on supporting individuals, because I think strong individuals create
strong community.
And you know, it's the reason that age-old saying stick around. It's like, you're only as strong as your weakest link. You know, and at the end of the day, we're all humans. You know, one race.
Yeah.
all that jazz.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Like same fucking team, bro.
Yeah, man.
Right?
We're
No
on
matter
the
what.
Same team.
No matter what, same team.
You know?
Which the world and especially our country really needs a dose of that because we have so much opportunity.
Look at this, man. Like we get to, and I almost made it through this episode not saying it. I always try and say, like, man, I appreciate that all our paths brought us here, man. Like
to what a beautiful place.
We get to sit here and overlook this setting, man, and it's, you know, talk about weed. We're talking about weed.
Yeah.
You know, all of our lives have been changed by this plant.
With no fear.
All of our careers.
Yeah.
And we all met because of weed.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we all met because of weed.
It's
a powerful plant.
It really is.
Yeah. It's
a human. It's a human plant.
If you believe in God, He made it.
Is that fair
And
enough?
if you don't, well, it's still here.
How lucky are we then, right?
It's still here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So before we get out of here, man, we got about 2 minutes left before these cut off. So if you don't believe in God, what made all this? What did it?
I do think there is energy. That's all I can.
Energy never dies.
And exactly, it's transference of energy. I think we are on a wonderful spiral of happenstance, which makes it even cooler to me. Like I'm even more grateful for it if someone or something did not design this. Like that's dope. Like how lucky are we if we just randomly ended up on this thing and in this way of what we believe to be consciousness. But I do believe, you know, people have called it the universe, people have called it higher power, I just believe in the energy of it all. Yeah. And I believe it engages with you and you engage with it. And you know, you can choose not to, and I think you have a pretty negative experience and a long way to get through this experience. But I think my life is a testament to, you know, engaging with it and working with it and trying to use it in a positive way. Yeah. And it's that's how I see it right now. It evolves, it changes.
Yeah, the new thing I'm telling people, man, is don't set out to change the world. Let it change you, and by it changing you, you will change the world.
Fair.
You know what I mean? I
like that.
You know, you can't. There's a lot of times, like, you know, it's kind of one of those things, like, you know, a lot of people find their niche or their career in their failures, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
let it change you.
Let your creativeness, let your mind, let your desires take you to where, you know, let you kind of fall into place, right?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of in the moment asking for and wanting for and manifesting and trying to bring something towards you. And a lot of times you get it. Yeah. At least has been my experience. Mm-hmm. But then a lot of times it's like, nah, bro, you didn't even need that shit. I got something for you. Right. Which is sometimes that's the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah. No, man. I think be true to you, be authentic.
Yep. Be honest.
At the end of the day, if you're not happy, what are you doing?
That is the truest there is, man.
If you're not waking up
and
loving what you do and being happy about your life, then you need to figure this shit out.
You got to change it.
You got 10 toes down, man.
You got to change it.
And I'm not the type to say, you know, shame on you for not doing it. Like
we were all there.
Too late.
And high likelihood we will be there again.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And we will go, holy shit, I'm not happy. Mm-hmm. I need to change this now.
Yeah, the more successful you are, I think, is the criteria for happy is always being raised.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, looking at your overall, you know, value in life and people dump happiness aside. Yeah. Happiness is one of the three of that fucking pyramid, making that triangle. Yeah. It's key. And people lose sight of it a lot.
Yeah.
If you don't catch yourself smiling, you're fucking up.
Right, man. I be laughing at myself all the time.
Yeah, me too. I talk to myself. I laugh to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You want to answer some funny questions?
Sure, hit me.
Okay. Not all of them are funny, but they're pretty good. What's the best piece of business advice you've got, and from who?
Don't do it for business. The Yvon Chouinard of Patagonia, the reluctant businessman, which I think a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of business owners have had that perspective of like, this shouldn't be business. This should be what you really, really, really love. Right. And if you really, really, really love it, high likelihood someone else does. And if you're really, really good at it, then they're gonna change dollars for that.
Cool, I like that. What's the biggest roadblock for you right now?
Government.
Fuck yeah, that's it. You kind of nailed it, because I was about to go, I don't really feel like I've got a roadblock right now.
I like that.
I'd say government. That is very true. Mm-hmm. They are slowing things up. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm not fully and efficiently utilizing my energy right now. So I feel like I need to level up. So I feel like I'm kind of hitting a ceiling right now. And maybe it's the kid. Maybe the kid is my level up. And so I've kind of like, I haven't been pushing myself in a lot of ways because I've just been trying to prepare for little Dawson to come. Absolutely. And so I feel this angst right now of a roadblock in my life of like, dude, you're not doing anything different. Like you're kind of doing old hat shit right now. Yeah.
Get it in while you can, man. Little dream killer's coming.
Already killing them. I already like. I'm not looking at new dreams right now.
Yeah,
I'm literally not looking at new dreams right now.
It's gonna be what's Dawson's,
which is fine. But to be real, the kid's been a dream since I was.
No, that is the dream.
I've been working at that one for a long time.
Right.
Long time.
Favorite cuss word?
Fuck.
Yeah,
fuck's just such a good one. It might be my favorite. It's not my favorite because I just can't say it as much as I'd like to.
Motherfucker is mine.
The only person I won't say it in front is my mom. She slaps.
Oh yeah, see, you can't say it every time.
Every time.
Can't say it every time.
Other than that,
you literally can't. I actually just watched George Carlin's 5 Dirty Words literally last week.
Yeah.
That's the goat right
one
there.
goal on your bucket list.
Oh man, I got so many goals.
Just one out of all of them.
It'll be easy cop out. Just see more of the world.
Like it.
Yeah. Just see it all.
More views like this, man.
Yeah, there's so many out there.
There really
just
is.
Put my hands to the earth everywhere I can.
You been to Greece?
I haven't been to Greece.
Well,
Greece on the list. I want to do Greece and Croatia.
Yeah, Croatia.
Do the islands.
Croatia's dope too.
Yeah.
Those islands out there are crazy.
That's what I hear.
I want to do Greece and Italy.
Those sunsets, man.
I'm okay on Italy.
Yeah,
I did Italy. I didn't do all. I'm sure it's a beautiful place to all the wonderful Italian people out there.
It's a little racist out there.
They're fucking
I lived there for 2 years,
assholes.
bro.
Are they?
Bro.
Yeah.
They're not as bad as the French, but they're.
I love France. I just got back from a month in France.
My mom's French. Like I actually really like France.
I've never made it out of the airport.
Loved them. Here's the thing. They are assholes in the way of they don't give a fuck about you. They're not there to make sure you have a good time, and
I can appreciate that.
They're doing their own shit.
Yeah,
it's not a fuck you type of thing. It's a like, dude, I'm trying to have my own fucking fun over here. I don't need to explain this to you. That's the vibe I got, which I think is what's perceived as the asshole French vibe. But like,
that's my mother.
Never made it out of the airport. The food is fucking amazing though.
Oh my god. Best meal of my life out at Palace of Versailles.
Yeah,
it was.
The food out there. I remember being in one place and they was just saying, the cheese is from 15 miles over here. The prosciutto is from 30 miles over here. The wine's from the
best
town
you've
next
ever
door.
had.
I'm just like going through the list. It's all and that's the thing about like the health stuff is like bread isn't that bad for you, but bread in America is
very bad for you. Yeah. The native grain. No,
you can't find fruit with seeds in it anymore. Like the black watermelon seeds I used to hate as a kid.
Yeah,
are the best. They're better for you than the entire watermelon.
Yeah,
like 3 of them is like more nutrients than the whole watermelon.
Yeah. Remember the myth like don't eat the seeds.
It'll grow in you. No, it'll help you grow, bro.
Yeah.
No,
help you grow.
The disinformation we were raised on is, I think, is comical.
I think is see, I'm the other side of the coin of like I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I think they just didn't know any better.
I think they're assholes.
They just didn't have. They just didn't have the knowledge. They didn't understand it yet. They didn't know what fucking fulvic acid was and how important it was to you. And so I think it was this weird back to game theory. It was a money thing, and it was marketing and just like they don't like the seeds. Seedless, bro. Seedless.
You realize when the people
boneless wings.
$8.
When the people stand up, shit changes.
Yeah. And it's changing. Our food system's changing in a really, really positive way right now.
When people stand up, it changes. Like you notice, like when people stand up, it changes quick. Like the shit in Paris right now is crazy.
Them dollars, man. I was there for that.
Really?
Yeah. And my buddy, Trek of Dogstar.
Yes.
He fucking went into one of the protests.
Oh
yeah. Yeah. He was there a week before me.
Oh.
Yeah. No, they got some. They got the right on their side for a lot of what's going on there right now. Especially like it was it was made completely clear after Notre Dame burned out, and boom, like that, 1 point something billion dollars, and these motherfuckers been in the streets for fucking months and months, but you won't pay him $16 an hour.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bro. Fuck you.
The one thing I always tell people, man, is like, so here's my thing, is like, when we went to school, right? The whole time you're in school, you learned about different dynasties.
Yeah.
At some point in every facet of history, somebody was trying to take over the world.
Yeah.
You know, we don't hear anything about it anymore
because it's been taken over.
Because they did.
Yeah. That shit was done a while ago.
And that's why I always tell people about flat earthers. They're like vegans. Like even vegans don't like other vegans. Like flat earthers don't like other flat earthers because you have to be a certain level of crazy to
which already separates you from
you know
people.
What I mean? And like, look, more power to everybody. I think. You know, whatever path you're on, great for you.
Enjoy it.
Like raw vegans look down on vegan, like you still.
Yeah, you know, and it's like for me, like let's just all get along.
Dude, I think the plants have an energy to them. You know I understand when I harvest a tomato, like I harvest a cow. Like I know the cow's a little more conscious. There's no doubt about that. But you're harvesting something. The fuck do we know? And 300 years, for all we know, these fucking carrots been trying to talk to us the whole time. We've been killing them.
That's true. The DMT.
Yeah,
that's
the tea. And
that's the shrooms.
I will still kill them, bro. Like they're delicious.
How do you feel about legalized shrooms?
I'm for it.
Yeah,
I'm for it.
I'm for
Oregon 2020. Yeah, legalize it all.
Yeah,
that's where I land.
Tax all of it.
That's I've witnessed enough firsthand to know that the drug being illegal is 9 times out of 10 worse than the drug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like look around Seattle right now.
Oh
like,
my gosh, yeah,
it's crazy.
It's absurd.
Safe zones.
It's absurd. Just let people have drugs, man.
Yeah.
Just
let it happen.
And let us have the rule of you doing drugs doesn't get to fuck up my day.
Right. You're right.
That's where I land. Dude, do all the drugs you want to do, whether it's alcohol or heroin. I don't give 2 shits, bro. Yep. Don't fuck my day up.
Don't fuck my day up.
If you're gonna fuck your own body up,
cool.
Like knock you out,
man.
Knock. Go for it, bro.
You can say the same about fast food.
Yeah,
sugar,
all of it, everything.
Yeah, alcohol,
all the things. Like, or working out too much, or eating only raw plants.
Right.
Like, sure, dude. I don't care. Yeah. Don't fuck my day up. Make my day better. Like I'm the opposite of the French. Like I think every experience with someone is an opportunity for them to have a better day.
Yeah, I agree.
We should all be making everyone's days better. Yeah. So like, don't fuck my day up, dude. I don't want to see you shoot dope in the park across the street from my house. I like the park.
Yeah.
My day is better when I look out the window and I see kids playing in it as opposed to a dude shooting dope in it. Like I'm not saying you don't get to shoot dope. Just not the place for it, man. Right. Just not the place for it.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
Just like male trainers in the women's restrooms.
Hey,
go be a woman. Just don't come in here with my fucking 2-year-old daughter.
That has definitely. But now we have all these private bathrooms. They're little clubs.
I want to see the next place to open up with 73 fucking gendered bathrooms.
One set. Like
just one for each.
Just one for each.
Zim, Zer, Zik.
Jesus,
you're like this. You're like. You don't
I'd
have
piss
my
on the ground, dude.
You don't have my bathroom.
Oh, bro, I'm
gonna sue
bro,
you.
In California, I'll go into a women's restroom now.
Really?
Fuck it. I'm not trying to, but
if you got to,
fuck it.
Yeah, right.
If somebody has a problem with it, I just take my hair down. Baby, I'm transitioning. Can you not tell anybody? Can I just go in here and take my shit?
I mean,
I'm not going there for a piss. I'll go piss outside. But if I gotta take a shit, I'll be a trainee for 10 minutes. Fuck it.
Clean bathroom.
Watch out! Don't.
Hey, the bathrooms are nicer.
Yeah, 100%.
Just don't piss outside in Pioneer Square.
Next time you go to a club, I don't go to clubs anymore. But next time you go to a club, if you want an experience, just go in the women's restroom. They got couches. I mean, you go.
I like the way it's going now that they're all just private bathrooms.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm good with that.
You have your own little suite.
Yeah.
No bookie peekers.
Yeah.
You don't even have to piss. You can like sit on a couch.
Yeah, just hang out for a little bit. Yeah.
Go European style. They got the fucking
put cologne
on.
The
shit at the stadiums where it's just on the wall. It's just like the one long. The
trough.
Sofas and sofas.
That's the way to fucking end a podcast.
Yep.
Yep.
No, man. No, appreciate it.
Thank you so much for
Thank
having me.
you, Alex.
I really appreciate it. I love the concept. I consider myself an urban hippie. So
there you go, man.
Thank you so much.
Check out Solstice, man. What you guys? I'm sure you guys got IG.
We got a website.
Yeah,
Solstice. Everything's Solstice grown. My IG's Cooley. We're out there.
Awesome, man.
absolutely.
Go check out Solstice, man.
Find our cannabis at your favorite retailer. Like, have a heart.
There you go.
Come get some
See
Obama
the
Kush.
poppy.
Come see Sexy Drake.
Yeah.
Get him.
Yeah, come through, get some Solstice, and come see me, say what's up, and yeah.
The
Have
six
a good-
support-
and then smile.
Support the
Yeah.
homies. Smile.
Yeah.
Say hi to your neighbors and smile. all
Yeah,
right?
100%. Say hi to your neighbors.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Go talk to people. Don't be an asshole. Or do.
Whatever you want to do, man.
All
Just
right.
talk to
Yeah,
people.
man. Appreciate it,
All right.
Alex,
Thank
man.
you, thank
It's
you,
been
thank
awesome,
you.
man. Thank you for dropping them gems.